There's an uncomfortable truth about the carbon wheel industry that most brands don't talk about.
Can we show a machine when it's not working in the brake or something?
No.
But it's in fact that what will help you decide whether you should buy a carbon wheel set from China or not. Newsflash, the carbon wheels you have in your bike right now or the next bike you want to buy are probably manufactured in China. There's a common misconception that products from a Chinese-based brand are of lower quality standards than any Western brand. The truth is that the biggest and most reputable wheel brands on the market are outsourcing their manufacturing to Chinese factories. This is part 2 of our documentary about the carbon bike industry in Xiamen, China. In part 1, we explained how Winspace produces their frames and handlebars and how they maintain a high quality standard. Whoa. In this part, we'll zoom in on their wheel brand, Lún Performance, and their development of the new Mega wheel set.
We are leading the technology.
In the past few years, I had the opportunity to ride various models of the Lún Performance wheels, from the very first generation of Hypers to the latest, the Mega wheel set, the most high-performance wheel set they've ever produced. Winspace is actually leading the Chinese carbon wheel market and stands its ground against other big brands in the industry. I've been convinced of their quality a long time ago, but it's now time to find out how do they do it.
I saw a room over there, which it says top secret.
No problem, we can go inside. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Before we go into the factory where the rims are made, we got to chat with a wheel engineer at Lún Performance, and he explained a bit more about the specifics and the difficulties they had with developing the Mega wheels.
目前有3点嘛，大概归类3点。第一，就是每根辐条跟这个法兰盘搭接的东西。第二就是每根辐条的角度，承受的角度都要很均匀匹配。第3点就是每根辐条的张力，它每根拉的张力必须得承受它的极限以及它的均匀性。我们这个花鼓这个 Mega 辐条大概花了3年之久。我们从有想法到图纸设计，大概中间有20个头版本，花了1年之久。然后我们从图纸展映到实物生产、测试认证，我们大概也花了1年之久。然后我们大概是量产的时候，也大概也花了一年之久。
We're in the wheel assembly room of Lún Performance. But before we talk about wheels, I want to show you how they create carbon rims and spokes from the raw materials. It's day 3 here in our Chinese trip to find out how carbon parts, carbon rims are made for Lún Performance. So we are in one of the main factories here in Xiamen, where they create rims, spokes that they deliver to Lún Performance and Winspace for their wheel production. But how are these parts really made? Like, how do they create the spokes? How complicated is the production of a carbon wheel? That's what we're going to find out today. Ni hao, my name is Jasper.
I'm Peter.
I'm Shelley.
Hi.
Welcome to our company.
So we've seen these big rolls of pre-preg carbon at the handlebar factory and the frame factories. But in this factory, they make the pre-preg sandwich themselves from the raw carbon fiber. They really manage every aspect of the production.
So from here you can see our process.
Okay.
Here is for carbon fiber pre-preg. All the facility machine is designed and made by ourselves. We think the best facility machine you could not purchase in the market. We need to create by ourselves. Yes.
So you're making machines to make products.
Yes.
So these are rolls of carbon,
Just fiber.
only fiber.
Yes. Resin will press and melt into the fiber.
Yes. Okay.
And then become a pre-preg.
And that's in a low temperature. And then after in the oven it's high temperature and the resin gets hard.
Yes.
And I hear a lot about, for example, T700 and 800 or 1000 carbon. What
Yes.
kind of carbon is this?
Normally, the basic is T700.
Okay.
And we will use also higher strength fiber, T800, even T1000 and T1100. But at the meantime, we will also mix some high modulus fiber, like M30 or M40 or even higher. So it depends on different kind of product, different requirement.
So this is a roll of raw material, raw
Yes.
carbon, without resin.
Yeah, similar with your hair, more like from mine.
I can see
Black.
all the fibers.
Yes. Each here, this is T700,
Okay.
and then each have 12,000 fibers here.
Okay.
So that means 12K. You
Yeah.
always see 3K, 6K,
Yes,
12K,
the weave.
24K, here's 12K.
12K. Okay.
Yes.
And if it's 3K, it's more narrow.
Yes.
And T800 would have also 12K, but then it's different material.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
but it look like the same.
Look the same. Yes.
Yes.
So this goes in here, and then from the material it comes here into the resin,
Yeah.
into the rolls.
Yes.
Is there differences between rolls?
The red color is easier to recognize what type of resin we use.
Okay.
Red color means higher TG point, higher tenacity resin formula.
All right.
So that is really good for ring brake product against high temperature.
With the
for
braking,
The
for-
braking.
And the
Yes.
blue?
The blue one is only for disc brake. And then here is our big fridge. The fridge, they control very low temperature to keep the resin and keep the raw
it
material.
soft.
Keep it fresh.
Fresh. Okay.
It could not have any reaction for the resin under normal temperature.
Okay. So raw material, resin, fridge.
Yes.
Okay.
So here is our second station. After the raw material, here's our cutting room.
All right.
Let's have a look.
All right. And this is all for rims or
Yeah.
also frames?
Now mainly for rims.
For the rims.
Yeah. For a frame set, that is more complicated. The shape is different.
Okay.
There is also one kind of cutting. So there is cutting several pieces for same dimension. Here is cutting for more complicated shape.
Okay.
With computer, they will cutting whatever shape you want.
And this goes into the rims as well.
Yes. After the cutting, the next step is for lamination, the layup for the rims.
Okay.
So for our company, we have special technology that is automation process to do the layup, automation process to do the winding, filament winding the structure. So, but that is our secret. We cannot show you.
We cannot go in the room to have a look.
Sorry.
Before coming to Xiamen, I was very curious about the filament winding technology that is used in the Hyper rims that creates this butterfly weave. And it's a special layer process where carbon is wrapped around a wheel shape by a machine, together with carbon pieces that are laid by hand. And I tried multiple times to get Peter to show this process, just a little bit, but...
Can we show a machine when it's not working in the brake or something?
No.
No?
No.
he really was not allowed to show it.
Everybody has his secrets, guys, and this is one of them. So it's super interesting, but we need to sort of skip this step a little bit in what we can and cannot show.
But we are not only filament winding, we also have new generation technology for more automation process. But that is for the new product.
For the future.
Yes.
And it's even more secret.
Yes.
Very, very secret.
So here is the third workshop, third step for curing process. So rims after finish the layup, they will move into here to molding, to curing.
Okay.
So the function for that mold, surely you get pressure from the mold, and then you also get the high temperature from the mold.
And then it becomes a hard, strong rim.
Yes, they put the ring into the mold.
Oh, this is into the mold. Okay.
And then we have the curing machine behind that.
Okay.
And you see that that area is very hot temperature,
Okay.
but the work area is under air condition.
So they have good working conditions here.
Yes.
That's nice. It's nice to know about working conditions here in China. So these rims are for different brands.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
How many wheels do go through this machine every day?
We have 6
6 of these machines.
leads curing lines, so around 60,000
60,000 rims
per month.
per month.
Yes. So one line,
10,000.
10,000.
The interesting details of visits like these are sometimes in the things they don't show or don't tell on the camera. Like what we've discussed in the other part of the documentary. The question to what the differences are between brands and what carbon is used in most rims. In this factory, they deliver to as much as 40 or 50 different brands amongst some of the biggest and most well-known brands in the world. Brands I'm not allowed to mention, but I've seen the rims side by side with the rims from Lún Performance.
But the inside of the mold is different,
Yes.
specific to the brand.
Yes. So the outside shape of the mold, we always keep the same. Even though smaller rims, we use bigger mold.
And of course the carbon that goes into the mold is different.
Yeah, they have different layup design,
Yeah.
different kind of material used.
We move to the second floor to check out the drilling, the sanding and the finishing of the rims. Here we saw literally thousands and thousands of wheels being moved from one station to the next. This factory is massive with 600,000 rims per year. That's over 2,000 rims a day. Lots of processes are actually automated and have duplicate stations where many workers are doing all the manual required steps to keep these conveyor belts rolling.
After rims finish the curing,
Yeah.
we take out from the mold and then moving to here. They will finish the drilling process, finish the surface treatment, like sanding and grinding the surface.
How much time will it take for them to drill all the holes in the rim?
I think drilling one rims is quite fast. Just a few minutes, they can drilling any angle you want.
Okay.
You can sand as the way you're lacing the spoke,
Yeah.
the same angle.
It's a very specific combination of the hub and the rim and the spoke for
Yeah.
it to be in the exact angle.
Yes.
Correct, yeah.
Disc side, drive side have different angle. And then if you have different cross, 2 cross, 3 cross, they also have different
Angles.
Sanding, we also sanding by machine. So
By machine.
it's all quite fast.
And then they go to the paint.
Yes, go to painting. So here's the rims, just finish the sanding and drilling, but they still need to clean the surface.
Cleaning is not fun. The painting is fun. Can we see that? I can smell we're going to the paint shop.
Yes.
It's a very strong smell of finishing paint.
Yes, so now even though the rims need to be painted, but in the future we want to just make it out of mold finish without sanding and without painting.
Really?
Yes.
Automatic.
Yes, and then we can finish the logo just in the mold.
Wow, interesting. By the way, I just saw Hyper. Look, quick peek, guys. This literally says Hyper. I can see this is a rim brake rim from the Hyper wheel set from Lún Performance. 100% sure they're making Hyper wheels in this factory.
So here's the last station, the painting workshop.
Okay.
So here's the automation painting line for our carbon rims.
Okay, so I see they go here around the circle and then upstairs. Why is that?
Because we need more space for upstairs for the oven to curing the painting.
Are they sprayed by hand or by a robot, or how does it work?
Spread by machine. We design a special machine to painting the rims.
Okay, this rim does not have any logo. Do they
Yes.
add logo later, or is this without logo?
They will add the logo
After.
Actually, we design this painting line is for mass production, for bigger volume orders. So they can use this line to finish the automation painting.
A lot of rims.
Yes.
As Peter explained, the Hyper and the Mega rims, they come straight out of the mold without any paint. And that's actually what gives them the slightly yellow appearance. The logos are applied by water decals, and this step is performed by hand. And I got to try it out myself.
美女机会比较多，我们下次再邀请她来。
So right now they're putting decals on the rim, and they're actually going to allow me to try and put one of the decals on the rim. So that's pretty exciting. So one of you guys buying a mega wheel set, it may just be the one where I put a decal on the rim. I don't want to screw this up, so I'm going to watch very carefully how she's doing it. And then I'm going to try to repeat. She has very strict instructions to know how and where to put the decal. This is before paint or after paint?
Because for Mega, that is the process without painting.
Without painting, okay.
So there's no painting on the surface.
Is that to reduce weight as well, or you...
Yes.
Marginal gains, guys, marginal gains. I saw her do this, and it's just 10 millimeters from the edge to the rim. I don't want to screw this up because I know when this rim goes through the quality control of Winspace and I didn't do it correctly, they're going to take it out. So somebody's going to be blamed for my mistake. And that's the mega wheel with the sticker. Dude, I'm nervous. Can you check if it's okay?
检查一下，告诉他贴得很不好。
She's going to check my work. It's okay? Okay, thank you.
One of the special elements of the Hyper and the Mega wheels are their carbon spokes. Lún Performance has been one of the brands that made carbon spokes more popular, and they've updated their spoke design over the past models.
So this is the start point from carbon spoke. We use protrusion process combined with compressed molding.
It seems like this is 2 spokes?
Yes, 2 spoke.
Ah, okay, so they cut here?
Yeah, and then cut into certain lengths. But this is also an automation process that is continuous production, continuous protrusion. Each day we can pull out thousands meters.
I see it.
The production of the spokes is one of the secrets of the factory, so we couldn't show you all the details and all the machines, but it's basically like a big conveyor belt where endless carbon string is going through a bath of resin, and then it's pressed like a panini sandwich after it's cut into pieces on a certain length.
You know, we are the inventor, the creator to this kind of spoke. The metal part, the thread part, and the nipple part need to be connected with the carbon body.
Yeah.
The connection is not made by glue. It's not bonding. It's some way like mechanical lock.
Okay.
That is without glue. So that is very good quality and high efficiency. But that is our worldwide pattern, and the production method is our secret.
It's secret.
After the regular carbon spokes, they have continued the development into the patented Halo spoke pattern with these new Mega wheel set. This technology is joining all these spokes together in a one-piece carbon spoke pattern, but it's still adjustable at the rim with traditional nipples. What makes them so special is that they're actually replaceable because this whole pattern is bolted onto the hub. It actually took a few years for the whole rest of the industry to catch up with this carbon spoke trend, and now finally you see some bigger Western brands using carbon spokes in their wheels. The work environment, as shown in the other video, is actually quite good. The areas around the ovens are air conditioned, and at the office there is actually a gym where employees can work out.
During COVID, we realized that the health is most important.
Okay.
So our management team, they want to purchase this.
Make a gym.
Before the rims leave the factory to be transported to Winspace, they will perform their own quality checks to maintain their high standard. To me, this was a sign of responsibility and professionalism from this manufacturer to secure both the safety of the end user, which are you and me as a cyclist, and their relation with the brands that they deliver to, in this case, Lún Performance.
Actually, each process we have followed with a QC station to control the quality.
After every process?
Yes, sure.
So, because this is QC only for paint, but before there was QC for the rim molding and everything?
Drilling, sanding.
Every time,
Yes.
QC.
Because our company, we focus on automation.
Yeah.
But the other key point is that the good quality.
Okay.
So every step we have the QC control to make sure that the rider, the consumer, they get the good quality product.
That's awesome. What a day. We spent hours inside this factory. Even after the guided tour, we get a little bit more time to walk around, see more details, ask more questions. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go here to China and to really see what's going on inside a carbon factory. But now we're going to shoot back to Winspace to see how they create all of these parts into a high-performance wheel. So from the supplier back to the factory of Lún Performance, where they take these separate components like spokes and rims and build it into a complete wheel. They've got separate stations here to go to a fully assembled wheel, and then they do their very extensive quality check. Lún Performance also has a big R&D department that actually innovate and create new stuff.
So we've seen the high production standard of these separate components, but we're still far away from a finished wheel. I posted a review on the first generation Hypers over a year ago, and here is an important statement by the wheel builder that checked these wheels.
There's the greatest rims ever come from China. The worst rims ever come from China. A bad wheel builder out of these good components will still make a bad wheel.
So let's have a look at the way that Lún builds their wheels and how they quality check them to make sure that the customer gets a high performance wheel set. Building a wheel set is a precise process where first the spokes are laced onto the hubs and then connected to the rims by the nipples. In this case of the mega wheels, the halo spoke pattern will be bolted onto the hub. From this step, they will be put into tension and trued for the first time. They'll be checked for roundness and dished correctly before they're placed in a pneumatic press. This will stress the wheel to take out any slack on the spokes. Then they're retensioned, retrued and dished again, and this whole process is repeated 3 times to end up with the finished wheel before they go to the final QC station.
Here is our QC station,
Yeah.
the machine, and we use laser to measure all the sizes.
Okay.
One is the tolerance and also roundness of the wheel.
The roundness of the wheel.
Yeah,
And
round.
every wheel is checked in this machine.
Every wheel. When we turn one circle,
Yeah.
we will have about 100 data, and all the data
Goes into the computer.
Computer, yes.
And is it registered on the barcode of the wheel?
Yeah, we have a barcode here.
So all the data will be saved.
Yeah, on my computer. Yeah, every wheel.
Every wheel.
Every wheel.
Thousands of wheels.
Yeah, every wheel. So in future, when we have customer complaint,
Yeah.
we can look at this.
Check your
Yeah.
QC control. And when it passes, it gets a sticker.
Yeah, pass.
It goes
Yeah.
into the rack.
Yeah. If not a pass,
It goes back to the
Yeah,
builders.
go back, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So this machine is not
not
standard.
Not standard.
Special
Just,
for Winspace.
Yeah.
I saw a room over there,
Yeah.
which it says top secret.
No problem. We can go inside.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
What happens in this R&D room is not the same as the standard quality checks, where the big factory does their own QC on their separate components. Winspace will do their testing on complete wheel sets before the whole mass production actually starts. The wheels are tested thoroughly in the development phase.
Walking into the R&D lab right now. What is this machine and what are they doing?
They can test the life of the wheel
Okay.
when they are going to break.
When they're going to break?
Yeah.
Do you test it until it breaks sometimes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see here on the screen there's a lot of Chinese language stuff, but I see a count. 127, 28, 29. It's counting how many times it's been stressed. And it's going to 10,000?
Yeah, 10,000.
10,000 times.
Yeah, different products we start different conditions to test. Yes.
And now you're clamping, this is a rear wheel,
Yeah.
correct? And you're clamping the cassette.
Yeah.
So this would be like you're pedaling.
Yeah, pedal. Actually, it's because this axle is fixed.
Yeah.
The power is more than your pedal. When you pedal, you know, the wheel can move, right?
Yeah.
The back can move, but here the wheel cannot move.
Yeah.
So power is much bigger. So this point for 10,000 times,
Yeah.
and then we will change another point.
Okay, 100,000 times.
For one wheel. Yes.
Wow. This is a rear wheel.
Yes.
Can you also, what do you do with the front wheel? Can you test the front wheel?
Front wheel we have another tools. So we have this.
Okay.
This tool to fix the disc.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this will clamp onto the disc
Yeah.
attachment of the hood.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So this is all torsional fatigue, torsional stiffness.
Yes. Yes. So even we change small pieces of like a nipple,
Yeah.
we need to do this test.
Test again.
Yeah, test again.
But this is really for the pre-mass production that the wheels tested, or is every wheel tested here?
Not every wheel, just
Okay.
in testing phase.
In the testing phase,
because
okay.
because you test the wheel, the wheel is the lab
dead, it's done.
is used.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you test it until the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
But okay, so this is the Mega. This
Yeah.
wheel is already in production.
Yes.
So why are you testing
But
it?
you notice it's a different finish.
Okay.
This is UD finish.
Correct.
Yeah. So from the butterfly finish to UD finish, we still need test.
You gotta test it again.
Even small change of the wheel, we need to do
The whole testing again.
whole test. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Usually, it will take 1 or 2 weeks to finish all the tests here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was impressed by the amount of tests that they performed. You know, wheels that are stressed until they break, wheels that are sprayed with salt water for days in a row to test on corrosion, etc., etc. They even have an additional location where they do more R&D testing. This is the same location as we earlier visited to see the handlebar production. And Steven set up something special just for us.
We have all the fatigue tests.
Yeah.
You already checked yesterday.
Yeah.
Also lots of like flatness, tolerance. But when you're riding a bicycle, you will face so many situations.
Yes.
And this machine just simulate
The road.
the roads. And also this wheel now is testing is mega wheels.
Ah, okay. This is the Mega.
And then you see the loads.
So they're testing it with 60 kilos just on the front wheel.
Yes.
So as Steven just explained to me, this is the road simulation machine. This is where they put the entire wheel on this big roll and it has a block simulating bumps in the road. They test a certain amount of wheels and they put 1,000 kilometers on this wheel with bumps every second. And as far as I understand, this is the only machine that actually can change the angle of the wheel while they're doing the test. What about this? I want to see this machine.
This machine actually is a strength limit.
Strength limit of the Mega wheel.
Yes.
What do you mean? We're going to destroy it?
Yeah. We are going to show you guys. Because you fly from Netherlands, I want to show you some really big gifts.
We came all the way to China to watch this Mega wheel be destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay, to explain, this machine is going to apply a shitload of pressure on top of the wheel to see when it breaks. Have you seen this before?
No.
No?
So I also feel excited.
Remember where you see this first, guys.
Whoa.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, the rim destroyed. So we see on the screen how much force it had.
Yeah. You see about
Almost 8,000 Newton. Kilonewton. Oh no, it's 8 kilonewtons.
Yeah.
8,000 newtons for the wheel brake.
8,000 newtons.
A test like this isn't very usual. Turns out 800 kilos of force will break the edge of the rim, but it's kind of an extra test that Steven took the effort to show us. So this was amazing. Thank you for this extra testing.
Yeah, okay.
I think we had an idea here
Yeah.
of you know, how extensive the testing really is for
Yeah,
Winspace,
yeah.
for Lún.
Yes.
And it gives me more confidence, even more confidence. In the
Yeah,
company.
sure.
If you don't want to buy carbon wheels from a Chinese brand just because they're made in China, think again. The key behind high quality products doesn't lie in the location where they're produced, but in the philosophy of the brand that's behind it. In the case of Lún Performance and Winspace, it's the passion of Steven to make safe and high quality products against, if you ask me, a fair price. So do some research in a brand, like watching this video, and make a decision on the facts.